Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Planet of the Daleks, which is Season 10, Story 4 of Doctor Who, and it's the first episode to be written by Terry Nation in 7 seasons. The Hartnell era was the last time he wrote an episode for the show, I believe. So, uniquely for the John Pertwee era, this one starts right off the end of the frontier in space, which is kind of cool. I like when episodes lead right into the other one. You don't really have much wiggle room, no big finish to put in there, just right into it. And I think the episode starts off pretty good and it ends good, but the middle episode's little repetitive. You know, it's you have your characters falling into danger the whole time. I like how in the opening episode though, I feel like Joe takes a lot of charge here because most of it is her by herself, acting by herself because like she's with invisible people. So really the focus is more on Joe while the doctor's recovering. And he quickly does recover. But he gets better. But I feel like Katie Manning gets to show off her acting abilities there. I uh, I think this story is a little too similar to the Daleks, the first Dalek story with Hartnell. I feel like it goes through a lot of the same story beats. Is that a deliberate homage, as part of the 10th anniversary of the story, or is it just recycled ideas? I can't say. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot say. I like seeing the Thalls again. I feel like we haven't heard from the Thalls in quite a while. I wonder what they're up to. They're probably all dead. Because didn't Skull like explode? Though they did go to other planets. So maybe the Thalls are still out there. Honestly, kind of hard to tell them apart because they're all blondes. Was that a deliberate choice? I don't know. But it's very hard to tell them apart for me. Also, you have Katie Manning who's blonde, and then you have the Doctor who has very light hair. Seems like he used to be blonde. Um, so it's just something I thought I'd point out. I like the set of the jungle. I think it looks really atmospheric and cool. Like you have a bunch of exotic plants, and apparently some of those are real plants, which is nice. Uh, the the scene where they're like spray painting, and you see that it's a Dalek invisible is kind of funny because it's like the Doctor should have been able to figure that out um, pretty quickly, but he has to spray paint the entire thing just to be sure. The Daleks in this story, not that threatening. They only kill like two people, and the one guy they killed sacrificed himself for really no reason, because he didn't end up killing any Daleks while he sacrificed himself. He was just like, I'll handle this, doesn't handle anything, and then dies. I could see a lot of Vietnam parallels because this episode came out around the time of the Vietnam War. You have um, imperialists invade, trying to take over the planet, fighting against a more lesser advanced, technologically advanced group hiding in the jungles using a biological weapon. Not Project Orange. So what I like about Doctor Who of this era is it was very with the times, without exactly shoving it down your throat. Just I think that they did a really good job at that while having really good political allegory while still having an enjoyable story. And yeah, this is a very enjoyable story. Very reminds me of the serialized capers of the Hartnell era where things would just kind of happen one after another. Um, like they get into ridiculous cliffhangers and see what happens next week, see how they get out of this one. Then you get into another ridiculous cliffhanger. So it has that Hartnell vibe that I like, but also it does seem pretty stretched out. But overall, enjoyable story, even if the Daleks are not exactly utilized the best. I prefer when the Daleks kill more people. I know that makes me sound like a crazy person, but I don't know. I feel like they are more threatening in other stories where they're more deadly. In this story, they kill like two people and that's it. And they're very easily defeated. Like, you put that stupid carpet over them and push them into the lake and that's it. Or you just hang on it from the side. Um, I don't know. The Daleks' power levels are pretty inconsistent in this show, before and after. But overall, solid Dalek story, solid John Poultry story, Katie Grant, both are fantastic in this. I like how the guy she knew 5 seconds ago was like, "Will you marry me?" And she's like, no." Like, good for you, Joe. You have your own planet. I like that. I know she leaves in the next story, but at least she leaves with a guy who, like, lives in the same planet and time zone as her. I'm really, trying to think of the positives. So let me know down in the story, down in the comments, what you guys thought of this story below. Did you think it's a little long and repetitive and a little derivative of the Daleks? Or do you think it's a John Poultry classic? I'm somewhere in the middle. Not one of his best stories, but still very enjoyable, and I think the acting and model work, set design, still holds up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.